Delhi Capitals remain the only team in this season of the IPL to remain undefeated. Their latest scalp was the Royal Challengers Bangalore, the home team playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. But while the stadium in Bengaluru would be the home of RCB, it was the homeboy, the local boy in KL Rahul that turned up for the Delhi Capitals, who proved to be the hero. Despite this win, Delhi have not gone on top of the table. But remember, while Gujarat may be on top, Delhi still have an extra game in hand. So the only team with an unblemished record. But let's take a look at this particular encounter in which the Delhi team beat RCB by a margin of 6 wickets. As I said, the man of the moment was KL Rahul, and it showed in the celebration. 93 not out that he got, and at the end he did a celebration much like Cristiano Ronaldo, saying, and if you could lip read, he meant, "This is my ground." He also pointed to the ground, the stadium and the bat, that this is my stadium and this is where I will perform the best. He clearly came out in the presentation and also said that he knew this ground better than anyone else. So he may be playing against the home team, but nobody knows this ground better than KL Rahul. Many also indicating on social media that maybe this is sort of a vindication for the fact that KL could have moved to RCB this year. They did not really go with him. The Delhi Capitals did, and he showed them who really is the boss. Let's talk about KL's knock though, 93 not out. I'd have to say, in the IPL so far, I'm sticking my neck out and saying, this is the best knock so far. There have been knocks which have been higher than him. They've been a century as well. Yet, why do I say this is the best knock? Because of the way he calculated that entire innings, because of the way that he played the conditions, because of the tough conditions and the pressure mounting in terms of the required run rate. He did all of that right. And last but not the least, it was the best knock because of his stroke play. Some absolutely fantastic stroke play on display, not just really muscling the ball, but finding gaps beautifully. So with all those reasons put together, you'd have to say KL Rahul's 93 not out is by far the best knock in the IPL so far. Let me just give you a bit of a context where RCB were. At one stage, 11 overs were done and they had lost 4 wickets, and they still needed roughly around 100 runs still to get. Now remember, chasing 164 to win and still 100 runs to get. So almost half or more than half of your overs are done when you're sitting at the 11th over, and you still are needing 2/3 of the total runs required. You've only gone 1/3 of the way. So the situation was completely stacked against the batting order. The required run rate had gone over 10. On a good batting pitch, you'll say, okay, over 10, you'll do it. But with this kind of a surface where batting was very tough, you gave the fielding team all the chance of winning. But from there on, something clicked. KL Rahul really turned it on. First took runs of Krunal Pandya's over, then 14 runs of a Liam Livingston's over, and then the cherry on top, he went on to take 22 runs of a Hazelwood over. Hazelwood, as you know, has been very miserly in his bowling in this season so far. Very tough to score runs off him. Against him, 22 runs, and from there on the required run rate came down to 8. You had wickets in hand, and then masterfully they finished the game off with more than 2 overs to spare. So for all these reasons put together, it was an absolute masterclass by KL Rahul. A word of appreciation for Tristan Stubbs as well, who gave him good company. But as I said, it had to be KL Rahul's day. Now turning our attention to what could have really turn the game around and where did RCB really go wrong. Now that is for me the turning point of the match. This is 6th over and RCB are cruising less than 6 over in fact, and they've already gone past the 60 run mark. So they are going at a phenomenal strike rate and have not even lost 1 wicket. So you are, in fact, I beg your pardon, you were in the 4th over mark. The score is 61 runs in 3.5 5 overs. You've already reached 61 runs. That's how fast RCB started. No wickets lost, because at that moment Phil Salt was on fire. Virat Kohli was chipping in, and that is the turning point. There's a run out there. Run out of Phil Salt. He runs, hits the ball towards the covers, runs. There's a bit of a yes and no between Virat Kohli, Phil Salt. Eventually Phil Salt is shot of his ground. He's run out. From there on, you're 61 in not even 4 overs. The remaining 60 odd overs, you just get about 102 runs. So that tells you what happened at that moment. That same total, which could very well have been closer to 200 or at least 180, and I think that would have been a match-winning total on this pitch. You finished with 163, which was never going to be enough. Who was at fault in that run out? That's the big question. And I think for the very first time, I'm also split in my head. I really don't know who really was at fault at that time. Both players making an error. I think Phil Salt deciding to go for a run, which was definitely not a run. And Virat Kohli, on the other hand, moving initially towards the run, giving his partner a sort of an impression that yes, you can come for a run, and then turning his back on him, leaving him high and dry at that moment. So I think both players were at fault there, but whatever be the reason, I think that was the turning point. From there on, Delhi Capitals took control, especially the bowling. And while I'll say that the run out may have been the turning point, but I don't want to take credit away from the two spin twins of Delhi Capital, Vipraj Nigam and Kuldeep Yadav. Between the two of them, they bowled 8 overs, giving away just 35 runs and picking up a total of 4 wickets. Absolutely masterclass of a performance by these two spinners. An economy of around 4.3 combined and 4 wickets. That is what helped then Delhi Capitals to restrict RCB to 163 and of course allow them then to chase it down. What is it about wrist spinners and the Chinnaswamy Stadium? We remember a certain Yuzi Chahal used to rule the roost here, and 2 wrist spinners. Delhi also played in Vipraj Nigam and Kuldeep Yadav, and they were spot on. On the other hand, RCB did not have those kind of spinners that the Delhi team had. They had 1 wrist spinner in Suyash Sharma, and he did well. Maybe things for RCB to ponder over, that could they have done things right in their auction, because remember, things that really work for them at home, they've not gone with it, and that's why they've had big scalps this season, beating big teams like Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai in their den, yet their 2 losses have come at home. So that is a strategy. They probably got it wrong at the auction, and at the same time, salute to the Delhi Capitals backroom staff. They came in for criticism because lesser known players, they were replacing big guns like Ricky Ponting, Saurav Ganguly, who were part of that think tank of Delhi Capitals, and Venugopal Rao and Himang Badani, Munaf Patel came in. Not too many people gave them a chance, but I think they were spot on in their strategy, in picking a KL Rahul, in picking a Akshar Patel, making him a captain, getting someone like a Vipraj Nigam, getting a Kuldeep Yadav. They've got one of the finest and the most well-balanced team that you have in the tournament so far. Give us a like if you enjoy the content that we bring to you. It would mean a lot to us. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today. Nikhil Naz signing off.